Great and welcome back. Good evening to um, our cherished Promotion Aptitude Test candidate. I'm sorry for the delay and one or two that made us to delay a bit. Welcome back. And tonight we have a lot to share again. And many were waiting for me to come as usual time, but it has just gone the other way around. Sorry for the delay. This video a thumbs up. Stella, Aqua, you're most welcome. Please humbly waiting. You're most welcome. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. I hope you are forgiving me. In the comment section, let me hear from you if you are still around. If you are still around, let me get it from the comment section. Let's dive. Mausi, yeah, Mausi is still alive. Still on the live. You're most welcome. Thank you. Today we'll start with something very simple, but very important to our promotion aptitude tests. They are very simple, but if you are not careful, you have challenges in the promotion aptitude test. Today we are starting with posting. We are starting with reasons for postings. We'll dive into type of postings. We'll enter into, if time will permit us, enter into code of conduct. You cannot write promotion aptitude test without this area. No. So it is much of importance that you pay attention to these simple areas, but confusing, especially posting and transfer, release, and the rest. Code of conduct. Code of conduct. And I like to we'll look at something about the code of conduct before we go and write our promotion aptitude test. So, what is posting? What is posting? What is transfer? People are always confused with posting and transfer, reposting, release, and the rest. And surely you get questions from these areas. Type of transfers. What entails with it that you need to know. Sorry. So when we talk about posting, have anybody come across Ibrahim Muro? You are most welcome. Posting. Get this before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. It's very important. So when we're talking about posting is simply the movement of public servant from one geographical location or geographical area or location to another within the same organization or the same service to perform duties or functions relating to the class of posts that the public servant belongs to. So if you come to the teaching fraternity, so posting simply is moving a teacher or a personnel or a worker of GS from one school, one district, or region to another school, another district, or another region. So posting is moving a public servant from one geographical area or location to another within the same service, So if you take Ghana Education Service, so moving a teacher from school A to school B, or from district A to district B, or region A to region B, that is posting. And most of the times, posting may or may not necessarily implies that increase of responsibility. So if you are moving from school A to school B, it doesn't mean that your responsibilities are going to be increased. It may, or it may not implies an increase in your responsibility. So we can, in a situation where your responsibility may increase, is about becoming a head. Your responsibility may be increased as compared to the classroom. So that is posting. So posting is different from transfer, totally different from transfer. But if you are not careful, you may take posting as transfer. So posting is where a teacher or a personnel in Ghana Education Service moves from one location to another within the same service or within the same duty arrangement. So have it in mind. And to perform functions or duties relating to the service in which you are. That is posting. So a teacher may be stationed wherever his or service is considered most or needed. So if there is the need for the teacher to move from school B or district school A or district A or region A to either school A, school B, or district B or region B, where his service is mostly needed. So have it in mind. There are four clear reasons that the teacher may be posted. There are four reasons, and we're going to look at these reasons. Write one reason in the comment section when a teacher is posted, a reason why a teacher may be posted or reposted. Write one reason in the comment section. Sorry. So, one of the reasons of the four that a teacher may be posted or reposted or released is one, mandatory. Mandatory in the sense that in a mandatory posting, the GS policy says that if a teacher stays in one particular school for 10 years or more than 10 years, there is the need for a reposting to a different area for the teacher to experience different environment or to help the teacher improve the service somewhere or to create a very convenient environment. You know, human being, when we stay at a one particular place for a very long time, you know the issues that always come around. So GS policy is that whenever a teacher stays at one station for 10 years or more, he can be reposted within the same district or the same region. So one of the reasons that a teacher may be reposted is mandatory. That is a policy of GS. If you spend more than 10 years or you spend 10 years and more, you need to be relocated to a different area. That is one of the reasons that personnel of GS or a worker of GS may be reposted. The second one is punitive. Punitive reason or based on a disciplinary reason. Punitive reason or a disciplinary reason. A teacher may be reposted on a disciplinary ground to serve as a deterrent to others. If you are in a particular school, A, and you are misbehaving or you are misconducting yourself, you are not going by the code of conduct, there is misbehavior on the part of teacher, he may be reposted to a different area, and more to the point, a very remote area, to serve as a deterrent, to learn lessons from it and come back. So posting of this nature, the teachers are sent to the most deprived or difficult areas or very challenging areas for them to learn their lessons and come back again. That is why we call it a punitive or a disciplinary transfer. That is number two. Number three is on a request. On a request. So on this transfer, it is the teacher who initiates the process of the posting, who initiates the process of posting. It may be on a health grounds that the teacher is requesting to be transferred from school A to school B, or on a marriage grounds, or on some personal reasons. Probably he has stayed for that area for a very long time or that school for a very long time. He needed to change the environment, to be able to learn new things, to be able to form new friends in that in that different school that he prefers or she prefers going. So she may decide to um, request for a transfer, and in requesting for the transfer, the teacher may request for reposting on a personal ground. So teachers are asked for such postings to enable them to attend to personal issues or personal reasons based on health issues, family issues, marital issues may cause for the transfer of the teacher. So when he requests for this transfer, it is granted. It is granted, provided that he has spent some number of years or uh, his or her reasons are genuine for her to be transferred. So it is very important that you know this. Now, the fourth reason is in the interest of the service. So if it is in the interest of the service, if your services are needed somewhere, you may be transferred. Example, if you have been appointed as a new head teacher, it means that your responsibilities and services are needed at one particular school that you need to go and serve there. So, on the interest of the service, you may also be transferred or you may also be posted to a different area to help the service or to help build that school that you have been posted to. So a teacher may be posted to serve at the station where his or her services may be much needed. So in the interest of the service, you may be transferred. You may be posted or reposted. You may be reposted. In the interest of the service, in the interest of Ghana Education Service, you may be reposted. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Like this video. Like it. It's very important. Like the video. After liking, share it to a lot of people. Share it with friends who are going to write. Now let's look at types of posting. Write one type of posting in the comment section. Just 30 seconds. Write one type of posting in the comment section. One, just one time. One time. I want to hear from you. And then you're most welcome. So write type of one type of transfer that you have come across in your learning process, in your preparation towards a promotion aptitude test. One type of transfer that you have come across. One type of transfer. Sorry, one type of posting. I keep on saying transfer, posting. One type of posting, not transfer. So if comments are not coming, let me move on. And then one type of posting, not transfer. We'll come to transfer. So posting is where an employee is moved from one geographical location or area to um, to another to perform the class of the service within the same service. So have it in mind. We'll look at reasons why you may be transferred. That is on mandatory grounds, on punitive grounds or disciplinary grounds, on request or on the interest of the service. You may be transferred to a different, as I'm saying transfer, you may be posted to a different area. Posting, you may be posted to a different area. So on the request, in the interest of the service, the punitive, then mandatory, that is GS policy. That is why you may be transferred, and keep on saying transfer. You may be posted to a different area. You may be posted or reposted to a different area. Now let's jump into the types of transfer. I'm saying transfer. The types of posting in Ghana Education Service. One is intra-district posting. Intra-district posting. That is one type of posting. So this refers to the employees movement or posting within the same district. Posting is done within the same district. You are being reposted in the same district. That's what we say intra-district. You are posted, you are in, let's take it, you are in Chichiman Municipal, and you are in a particular school over there, and you are being reposted to another school within the same municipality. So in school A, you are being transferred or posted or reposted to another school within the same district or within the same municipal or within the same metropolitan. That is, so we have the intra-district posting or intra-metropolitan posting or municipal posting. These are all within the same district, the same municipal, the same metropolitan. So moving from school A to school B within the same district is intra-posting. So if you are in school A and you decide to move to school B within the same district, that is the intra-posting. And this thing, it may be mandatory, it may be punitive, it may be on request or in the interest of the service. So under Under the intra-district posting, you may be posted on these four reasons that we have mentioned: mandatory, punitive, on request, or in the interest of the service. You may be reposted to a different school. And here it is the director that gives the clearance, or that clears, or that allows, or that authorizes the transfer or the posting of that teacher, the posting of that teacher, the posting of that teacher. It is the district director who does the authorization for the reposting of that teacher. So have it in mind. The next one is inter-district posting. Inter-district posting. This one, the personnel moving from district A to district B, moving from district B to district C, or district A to district B. So if, or from municipal A to municipal B, that is inter-district or inter-municipal posting. So movement or posting involving two districts within the same region, within the same region. Have it in mind. This one, they are involving district A and district B, but the districts are within the same region. That is inter-district. Inter-district. The districts are within the same region, and you must be very careful when you meet these things. And in this process, one of the things that you need to do is that you need to seek for assurance from the district B, or your new district that you want to go there and teach. You need to seek assurance from the school or the district. You need to seek vacancy from the new district or the new school that you want to go. In terms of the inter-district, you need to get assurance. And after getting the assurance, what you need to do is you need to apply for release from your current district. So if your current district grants you the release, then the release letters from your current district are sent to the regional director to effect the transfer or the release of you. So here, the inter-district, it goes through a process. You first look for assurance from the new district that, or the new school that you're going. You need to seek for assurance from that new school or district. Now, when the assurance is given to you, when assurance is issued to you, then you now come to your present station or your present district to write or to apply for the release by your district. Then when the release documents are granted by your district, they then send it to the regional for the regional director to effect the reposting to that new district. That is how the process goes on, or that is how the process is done. So first, seek for assurance from the school or the district in which you want to be reposted to. When the assurance is granted, you come back to your present station, apply for a release from your present district. When they grant you the release with all documents, are sent to the regional for the regional um, to process their own for the director to effect the reposting to the new district. So that is how it is done. And it is very important to notice. Now the third one is the inter-regional posting. Inter-regional posting. That is moving from region A to region B. Moving from region A to region B. From Greater Accra to Greater Kumasi, from Greater Accra to Greater Kumasi. That's from Greater Accra region to Greater Kumasi region, or from Tamale to Upper West, or from Tamale or Northern region to um, Upper East, or Savannah to Bono East. So from region A to region B, and it goes through processes before the teacher is released. And sometimes it delays a lot. It delays because of the long chain of processing before the person moves. So, movement or posting of persons from school to district of one region to school or district of another region before um, the person is able to move to a different area that he or she wants. And this one, the process is that you need to seek for assurance from the school and the district of interest that you want to go within that region. So you need to seek assurance to. So first of all, what you need to do is one, seek for assurance. You need to get assurance from the new district that you're going, or the new region. And first of all, you go to the region that is within that new region where you want to go there and serve. And that place too, you need to seek for assurance in a particular school where there is a vacancy. So first of all, you need to seek for assurance from the school and the district of interest. Then apply for posting or release from your current school or district. So it goes through a bureaucratic process before you are being released. So the next thing that you need to do is to um, present your release from the new district or school to the regional director. And when this is done, a lot of process also go on there. Then the region, your current region will also process the document and send it to the headquarters. And send it to the headquarters. That is where um, the director general will release you, or will effect the posting or release for you to move to your new region, new district, and new school. So it takes it takes a lot of process before regional transfer is done because of the bureaucracy. Seeking assurance first from the new district or new school within that new region, then you come and apply for posting or release from your present school and district. Then when it is granted, or when letters are prepared or documents are prepared and given to you, you send it to your district, the district to the regional. You send it from the district to the region, and the regional also prepare their documents and other things, add it to the district own plus your own, and then send it to the headquarters. When they send it to the headquarters, that is where the director general will effect the posting or release of that teacher to the new school or the new district in that new region. So have it in mind. So in doing this, if it is the service that is sending you to that new region or that new district, you have an entitlement. You have an entitlement to demand from the service. And one of them is um, traveling and transport allowance on the mileage and the luggage on the location. So the things that you convey from your old district to your new district or your new region, it is the service that you need to pay. This one, it is based on the fact that it is the organization that is posting you from that district to, or that region to another region or another district. If it is the service that is sending you, then you are entitled to this benefit. Don't misconstrue me. If you are demanding on your own or you are requesting on your own, you are not entitled to this. And if it is a disciplinary reposting, you are not entitled to this. But if it is a service that is transferring you or releasing you or posting you to a different location, you are entitled to this service. And you are entitled to a transfer grant your rank, based on your rank. That is basic 3 months basic salary, 3 months basic salary that you are entitled to. So the government will pay you 3 months of your basic salary, 3 months. So have it in mind. So you are entitled to a transfer grant that is your basic salary. And as I said, if it is on a punitive or disciplinary ground, or if you are the one requesting for um, the posting or reposting, you are not entitled to this benefit. So have it in mind. Now let's come to transfer. What is transfer? We have dealt with um, we have dealt with posting. What is transfer? Transfer. If you are not very careful, you'll be confused with these two, posting and transfer. Posting is a situation where a personnel is moved from one geographical location to another within the same service in relation to the class of the post. The same service, same service. But when we talk about transfer is a situation in which the public servant moves from one public service to another, or from one class of posts to another class of posts within the same or different service. So here, have it in mind. Transfer, it is a situation in a public service which refers to the movement of the public servant from one of the service within the public service to another, or from one class of posts to another class of posts or of the same posts. So in the same post, let's assume that you are moving from the basic to the senior high school. That is, it is within the same service, but different class of posts. Different class of posts. That is a transfer. So if you move from the basic to the senior high school, that is a transfer within the same service. It says that transfer in a public service refers to a movement of public servant from one of the service within the public service to another, or from one class of post to another class of post within the same or different service. So that is a transfer. So you're moving from basic to senior high school. You are still within the education service, or you're moving from the senior high school to the training college. It is still within the same education service, or from the training college to the university. It's still within the same education sector. In a different service within the public service is a situation where you are moving from Ghana Education Service to Parliamentary Service, or to Ghana Health Service, or to the Police Service, or to the Prison Service. You're moving from Ghana Education Service to the Prison Service. or the custom division. So this is a transfer, moving from one public service to another public service. So moving from Ghana Education Service to Ghana Health Service, or moving from Ghana Health Service to Ghana Education Service, or moving from the police service to the health service. That is a transfer. So have it in mind. So from Ghana Health Service to Ghana Education Service is a transfer. So you are moving from one different service to another service. That is a transfer. Or from the basic education to the second cycle education or second cycle institution, or from the second cycle institution or from the senior high school to the training college within the service, within the same service. That is a transfer, right? Have it in mind. So there are reasons that it may be considered of your transfer. If there is availability of the vacancy, if there's a vacancy there and you have gotten the chance to go there and serve, you are allowed. That is reason number one. So availability of vacancy in the grade into which the public servant is seeking the transfer. So if there is a chance in police service and you're a teacher and you decide to leave this service, it is a transfer. And there must be an agreement between the parent organization and the receiving organization. There must be an agreement between probably Ghana Health Service and Ghana Education Service, because one of the employee is leaving one of the service to another. There must be an agreement between the two institutions or two organizations to facilitate the process of the movement. Then compliant with all the requirement and procedure for recruitment. If you comply with the recruitment into the police service, into Ghana Education Service, Ghana Health Service, why not? You are allowed to be transferred from that public service to another public service. Then that is what the requirements are and what you need to go through to help your transfer processes to take effect. Then what is a release? Somebody may ask, what is a release? A release is just a document. It's a document or an authority letter that are given by the head of institution to authorize your posting, your reposting, and your transfer from one station to another. So the release, when we're talking about release, is a document, and it is an authoritative or an authorized document that gives you the chance by your head of institution to grant you the permission to move to another um, institution in which was within the same public service. So normally the release and the reposting letters are issued together um, on the same sheet. So when the regional release you and you come, in some instances, the release and the reposting are all on the same paper, are all on the same sheet that allows you to move to um, move from school A to school B. So I've one gone on a release and it was clearly the same thing. All the reposting and the release are all on um, the same document from the region. Then when you come, the district may decide to also repost you to wherever they are in need of you. So have it in mind. Please, Smith, explain reposting. Okay. who is that? And then is it Andani Alidu? Reposting. Reposting is it simply means you are in the service or you have stayed in one particular school for a very long time. Then the service may decide to post you from that school A to another. That is reposting. Reposting is different from posting. Reposting. So you are already in the service. You are already in school A. Then you are relocated to another school. That is reposting. You are being reposted. So if you are in the service, you are in school A or district A, and you move to district B, that is reposting. Reposting. So all the transfers that have been should I say transfer? That is the term that you are familiar with. You are moving from school A to school B. But when you come from the college, they post you that is posting. They move you from, or they look for a place that there's a vacancy for you and they send you there. So posting is different from reposting. Reposting, you're already in the service, you're already in school A, school B, school C, and you want to go to a different school. That is where they effect the reposting. The reposting. Have it in mind. And I said that release may be required by the teacher or issued by a release may be requested by a teacher or issued to him by the head of the school, the unit, after a series of insubordination or misconduct. So the district may decide to release you. Your district may decide to release you because of indiscipline. And that one is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. When the district decides to release you, it is difficult for you to find a place and served because of you not requesting what they will write and attach to your document is very dangerous. So if the district decides to release you because of your misbehavior or misconduct in the service or in that district, it is very dangerous. So don't misconduct yourself or put up some behaviors that will cause for your release in that district or that region. If they release you, it's very, very difficult for you to get a place because whatever you are going or wherever you are going to face challenges. You are not going to get it easy. So be very careful. You are not being released by your district, your region. So it's very interesting. Now let's look at code of conduct. This is where questions also come from. And sometimes we overlook these areas. And when questions come, we are struggling. And they are very cheap, very easy to answer. But we overlook them. And at the end, we'll struggle. Code of conduct. So code of conduct or code of professional ethics and conduct. Code of professional ethics. So what is professional ethics and what is code of conduct? Write one code of conduct in the comment section. One, just one. One code of conduct. Ali, thank you. Thank you to one code of conduct in the comment section. One code of conduct in the comment section. One. 15 people. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Like the video. Please, it's very important. When you like, after watching, try and share it to one or two people who are also going to write. Professional ethics. Professional ethics. So be very careful with this area. Professional ethics is different from code of conduct. Professional ethics. They are different from code of conduct. So when we are talking about professional ethics, what is professional ethics? What is professional ethics? Today people are quiet. So professional ethics is explained as personal and professional rules, professional values, and professional standards that govern the behavior within that particular profession. So if you take Ghana Education Service, if you say teaching as a profession, it has the rules, it has procedures, it has regulations, it has values that the profession. So when we are talking about professional ethics, it is defined as a personal and corporate rules, corporate values, corporate standards that govern the behavior within the context of a particular profession. So the teaching profession, it has rules, it has values, it has standards that govern the behavior of the personnel within the profession. So what are some of the values of the profession? It has integrity, it has respect for the profession. So there are professional conduct that if you go contrary to this professional conduct, you have a problem. So when we say professional ethics, they are the personal or the corporate rules, values, standard that govern or that regulate the behavior of the people in that particular profession. That is professional ethics. The rules, regulations, the standard, the values that are used to regulate the behavior of the personnel in that profession are called professional ethics or um, professional ethics. What are code of conduct? Code of conduct are the do's and the don'ts of um, a particular service or a particular organization. So in every organization, there are do's, what you can do and what you cannot do. So in Ghana Education Service, we also have the code of conduct. We have the code of conduct. So the do's and the don'ts of Ghana Education Service, what you need to do and what you cannot do. That are the code of conduct. The code of conduct of Ghana Education Service. And many people have not taken the chance to read about the code of conduct. And you may not know something small that you may do, and you may fall into the trap of the law. And it is very important that you look at this code of conduct. So when we are talking about Ghana Education Service code of conduct, let me get some of the code of conduct um, for our promotion aptitude test candidate that you are going to write the promotion aptitude test, and you need to know them. They are very important. So the conduct in this contest is the behavior. behavior, attitude, and character exhibited. For example, by anyone within and outside the working environment of GS. The standard of conduct generally required of any member of Ghana Education Service would be leadership, selflessness, comportment, integrity, impartiality, fairness, and honesty in affecting work and status of the profession. So this is what you need to know. And misconduct. What is misconduct? Misconduct is any act of omission without reasonable excuse by an employee that amounts to the failure to perform his or her duty in a proper manner, any official duty assigned to him or her as such. That's a misconduct. So a misconduct. Um, Misconduct. Somebody wrote something here. Let me get it. Somebody wrote rule to have, okay, accident. What is that? Would you rather have two what? $2? Okay, let's continue. So what are some of the code of conduct? What are some of the code of conduct? So as I said, the code of conduct are the do's and the don'ts of Ghana Education Service that direct the behavior of its members. That is the teaching and non-teaching. There are things that you need to do and there are things that you cannot do. Those are the code of conduct that you need to know. So the conducts in this context are the behavior, the attitude, the character exhibited by a person within the service. That's what I've already dealt with, that you need to know. They are very much of importance that you need to know. It's very important. So what are some of the, so in breaches of or not observing these code of conduct, there are punishment for you. You need to be punished for that. You need to be punished. You need to be punished. So if you breach of them or you do not observe any of these conducts, then you have a problem. You have a problem. And let's look at the rules of the conduct for personnel in Ghana Education Service. Let's go by the Ghana Education Service Council with the codes that are being stipulated here. And I'll need to go by the rules of conduct for staff. One is teaching. That is section 3.1, teaching. A teacher shall prepare relevant and adequate teaching and lesson teaching notes for his or her work in advance. These days, we have been printing lesson notes. We thank God that the former Minister of Education granted that for the teachers. It was a tedious work, very tedious work. It was very, very tedious work. It was very, very tedious work. It was a very tedious work that you you need to observe. This guy, Forklifts accident 5. I will come to you. I will come to you. Seems he has offered me something. I'll come to you. So one of the things is that you need to prepare lesson notes. And you need to prepare lesson notes in advance. In failure of doing this, it's a misconduct. It's a misconduct in GS. Then it shall be the responsibility of the heads of the institution to see to it that this is done. So that's why we have been fighting, or teachers have been fighting with their heads. It is within the code of conduct. They have to see to it that you do it. That is one of the code of conduct. So preparation of teaching and learning notes is one. We have giving and marking exercises. This is within here. It is within the code of conduct. It's within here. It's within the code of conduct that you need to do. So a teacher shall, when we say shall, it is mandatory. It is backed by law. It is backed by law. So this code of conduct is backed by law. If you go to the preamble of the code of conduct, it is here. The introduction of the code of conduct. It is backed by law. Let me read that law. Ghana Education Service provided for under the Article 92, 190 plus 1A of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, and as established under the Ghana Education Service Act 1995 Act 506, and subsequently under the Education Act 2008 Act 778 and the current Education Act 1049, it is mandatory, it is by law, it is responsible for the coordination and the implementation of the approved and the national policy, the implementation of the approved national policies and programs relating to the pre-tertiary education, the education of the people or the students in Ghana has largely entrusted in the hands of Ghana Education Service. So you see, it is by law that you do this. So if they are pushing you to do it, then you must do it. You must do it. So a teacher shall set adequate an amount of written and practical exercises and give homework in all subjects that he or she teaches. So it is backed by law you do this. It is backed by law that you do this. So a teacher shall set, mark, and manage his or her own end of term examination. So if you fail to give examination, the code of conduct describes that behavior as a misconduct. So have it in mind. So working hours. What is the code of conduct talking about? The working hours. So the working hours per day shall be as prescribed by law, prescribed by Ghana Education Service. Contact hours for the staff and time for reporting for duty shall be determined through negotiation by GS and the unions. A staff shall report for duty regularly and punctually as determined by law. That is why head teachers have been warning us with punctuality, regularity, and the right, and the rest. Circuit supervisors or CISOs coming and be warning teachers about punctuality and regularity. It is within this code of conduct, within these laws that is backed by the 1992 Constitution. Then performance of duties is another code of conduct. Performance of duties. Let me go by my schedule. Performance of duties. Then we also have private activities during working hours. Private activities. You are not supposed to do private activities during working hours. Let me come to the code of conduct. No teacher shall engage in a private and personal conversation during lesson period when he or she is expected to teach or to supervise pupils to work or play. No teacher shall trade or transact any private financial business on the school premises during the school hours. So, teachers who have been selling, or madams who have been selling, what we call it, subulu, hey, who have been selling subulu and the rest, you are not allowed to do so. You are not allowed to do so. So you need to desist from those kind of behavior. So we need to end here and come back another time. And let me flash through some of the misconduct before we can move on. We also have co-curricular activities. You need not to exempt yourself from co-curriculum activities. Then improper use of of children's labor is not allowed. Then protection of children from torture and other degrading treatment. You need to teach the children very well. So you need to do this before um, learn this before you go on. Then physical violence is not allowed. Physical violence is not allowed on the children. Physical violence is not allowed on the children. Then you also have the children have the right to social activities. Non-discrimination. Do not discriminate the children. Do not discriminate. It's very important. Then right to social activity, favoritism. Um, um, Serve as a role model. You need not to bring your ideological influence on the children. These are things that you need to know. You can also go and learn. We shall meet another time and have a good night. Give this video a thumbs up or like this video. We shall meet another time when it is appropriate. Have a good night and we shall meet again. If you have any issues, put it in the comment section. I'll respond to you. Have a good night. Bye bye. Shalom. Or let me give some grace period. This person, let me show this. See. Okay. Yes. Um, Thanks to everyone for watching. We shall see you in tomorrow. Bye bye.